and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, here with your readings for November the 11th through November the 17th. If you're new, welcome. I really hope you enjoy these readings and that you'll come back. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your loyalty and your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and for all the new subscribers too. Now, these are general readings, guys. They are for the collective. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. They come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, the astrological report, and then the tarot reading. And there are timestamps below in the show more section. If you have a phone, it's a little arrow pointing down, click on that and all the information is in there. It's also for your sun, moon and rising, so you will find the links to the other videos in that section too. So listen, as I said before, it's for the collective, these readings. So if you would like a more tailored, in-depth, personalized reading, please click on this link here, which will take you to my website and you can look at the kind of readings that I offer. What else? Yes, I have a Facebook group, guys, and that Facebook group, it's a private group. You have to ask to be to get in, to be included, and that link is below too. Now, in that Facebook group, it's a really positive environment. People post positive things, and then every 2 weeks I do a live feed specifically for my Facebook group, and in that it correlates every 2 weeks. It correlates with the new moon and the full moon, and we look at how anybody who attends the live feed, we look at their horoscope and how they're receiving the energies from the new moon or the full moon respectively. And I also have tarot cards on hand and I answer questions. We hang out for about an hour and we really enjoy ourselves. So if you would like that, this link to that will be below also, so check that out. And another way to support this channel and my creative content is through Patreon. So you can click on that just to check out my Patreon page. I do post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to take this opportunity to really thank my patrons. Thank you so much. You really help me out. So I really appreciate you. Now, what else? Yes, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for November the 11th through November the 17th. And wow, that's all I can say. Listen, the full moon in Taurus on Tuesday is only the tip of the iceberg. We have all this dynamic celestial sky this week. Some really wonderful aspects are happening this week. Now, I'll start with some of the exact aspects and when they're happening, and then I'll go on to what's going on with the full moon. So Monday, November the 11th, the sun is conjunct Mercury. That means it's right next to Mercury, right? Very close. Tuesday, we have the full moon in Taurus, and we have Mars sextile Jupiter. That's a beautiful harmonious aspect going on there. Wednesday the 13th, we have Mercury trine Neptune. That's also a lovely harmonious connection between the two planets. And Thursday, November the 14th, Venus is square Neptune. That is a challenging aspect. We also have other energies and aspects that are moving into place or moving out of place. So they all play a role actually in the celestial sky. So let's start with the full moon in Taurus, shall we? The full moon, as most of you know, is when the moon is opposite the sun, and it's actually the sun's reflection that illuminates the moon. So with the moon in Taurus, and that means with the moon in Taurus, the sun is in Scorpio because they're opposite each other on the wheel, right, in the chart. The moon is exalted in Taurus, which means that it can express itself fully. So the moon is nurturing, magnetic, feminine. And in Taurus, the moon is good-natured, generous, and loyal. There's a tendency for being emotionally connected to one's values and material possessions, and a strong need for security, right? Material security. At the same time as this full moon, the moon is in a harmonious aspect to Pluto. Now, this creates an energy of sensitivity and intense emotional feelings. It's a being absorbed with interpersonal relationships, of being coveted over one's emotions and feelings. We want to kind of hide that. We don't want that out in the open. At the same time, I am displaying the chart of the full moon, so maybe you can follow along with some of the things that I'm saying, and you can get a picture of what's going on too. For those of you who understand charts. Now, so it brings in intuition and psychic ability. The moon's relationship with Pluto, and it can give you a strong look. It's being able to read people and recognize inauthenticity. We can see through people. We know when someone's not being authentic. And it can give you a strong will and focus to accomplish goals with which to manifest your dreams. This is like a dream creating full moon, right? We can create our dreams. We can manifest our dreams. We can make them real. It can also bring up control issues. So we need to be mindful of the urge to control situations and or people. It can be expressed through us being a bit bossy, perhaps, during this transit. It is also worth mentioning that the moon at the same time is kind of in a loose, harmonious aspect with Neptune, which further enhances our psychic and intuitive abilities. It can also give us a really deep appreciation for music, art, and nature. We also need to be mindful not to sacrifice ourselves for others, and keep a firm grip on reality, because Neptune can skew our perceptions of what's really going on. However, Saturn is connecting harmoniously to Neptune and to the moon, so there is some structure and discipline to bring ideas into tangible creations. So we just want to make sure that we're not compromising ourselves for others. And if we focus on our creativity, we can really bring things to life. Now, the sun in Scorpio is right next to Mercury, which brings in creative thinking and energetic communication with a bigger picture view. So because Mercury is still in retrograde, there can be some misunderstandings, but they can easily be rectified because of all these positive, wonderful aspects that are going on. Now, the Sun and Mercury have also have a harmonious connection to Pluto and Saturn, somewhat to a bit lesser of a degree, which brings in the need to be recognized for one's accomplishments, for being in the spotlight. And the concentration is on speech and communications, yet again. So this sets the stage for shrewdness in business and negotiations. Now, that's a wonderful aspect. And then listen, that's not all. The Sun and Mercury are also harmoniously connected to Neptune, bringing in creative and visionary talents. So it's amazing for literary accomplishments, particularly writing, fantasy, poetry, or even in the visual arts. Any creative project will, take off and will really work. So now also, I'm finished yet, guys. Mars is sextile Jupiter. Now, this is a wonderful, confident energy, abundant energy. It's like we're energized, right? Feeling really excited and confident about ourselves and really good luck in materialism with a penchant for higher learning or spiritual studies in alignment, perhaps. And long distance travel is also on the table with this aspect. Perhaps you're going on a long trip or you're planning one. You may be contemplating a spiritual retreat, even in a remote location. So, an optimistic nature with a love of freedom and independence is the underlying beautiful energy of that aspect. Now, then on Thursday, we move into Venus square Neptune, but all these aspects are kind of happening all week simultaneously, right? So, it's kind of a big mishmash. You have to kind of choose. You have the power to choose your energy and how you want to direct it. Now, Venus is square Neptune, and that's a challenging aspect. It brings in issues of self-esteem, confidence, and insecurities. So if you have a poor self-image during this transit, you may have a distorted view of your partner, or your date if it's a new, or your acquaintance if it's a new relationship. You may see relationships in an odd way. Perhaps you have an idealistic romantic storybook vision of relationships, which can lead you to ignore red flags when you meet someone new. You could get taken advantage of, become a doormat in a relationship. If the relationship is rocky already, if it's on firm ground, I think you'll be able to move through this aspect pretty unscathed. But if it's new and it's a bit rocky, then, you could kind of, become the doormat, or worse, allow inappropriate behavior in some way. It's important to practice acceptance and the love of oneself during this time, and I would look at this aspect also creates a heightened need for love and affection. So I would resist the urge to commit or to trust someone until after this transit. Focus instead on building self-esteem and self-respect and confidence. All right, guys. So I told you that's like major this week, right? So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for November the 11th through November the 17th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? May these cards be filled with love, hope, and abundance. For Capricorn. 3 cards for Capricorn, please. Oh, there's 2. Look at that. 1 more card for Capricorn, please. 1 more card there. Oh, you've got 2 more. Oh my goodness, there's so much crossover. You have to look for your sun, moon, and rising, guys. Okay. These are clarifying cards for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? Oh, my nose is going nuts. Oh, when I get off camera, my nose doesn't itch. It's only on camera. Oh, and I'm invoking my spirit guides. Okay, these are clarifying cards. Oh my goodness. These are clarifying cards for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn through these clarifying cards for the week of November the 11th through the 17th? May they be filled with love, hope, and abundance. Please clarify. Oh, please clarify. There we go. Please clarify. Too many came out there. Please, Claire, you have. Okay. There we go. 2 cards. Oh. Very, very interesting, Capricorn. It's my French accent. Voila. Ooh la la. Let's take a look at your card, shall we? Okay. So, the first card out is the High Priestess, clarified by the Temperance card. Then you have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Swords. And then you have the Three of Cups right next to the Five of Cups. And then you have the Six of Coins right next to, the Ace of Cups. Very, very interesting. Intéressant. Okay. Okay, Capricorn. The first card out for you is the High Priestess. This is the gift of intuition and psychic ability that's coming in for us this week, with Pluto in relationship with the sun and the moon. So we are definitely getting this. Trust your gut feeling. It's very important to not be in your head and to really connect with your inner guidance. Don't second guess it. And look, you've got the Temperance card. So, everything in moderation this week. Don't get overzealous, overexcited, perhaps about a relationship or, don't drink too much, don't eat too much, watch the television, don't do anything too much. Everything in moderation is your mantra for this week, Capricorn. Now, the next card in is the Knight of Cups, darling. This is like love. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. Love, darling. This is the Knight in shining armor. It could be the Nitrous in shining armor. This is like you're being swept off your feet. And clarifying it is the Ace of Swords, and I have a feeling that you got this soon. So this may feel at times rocky. It may feel that, there's some kind of blocks here, that it's not flowing as deeply and as quickly as you want it to. So there's some, it's that period of getting to know someone. It's a period of looking at the truth, of seeing the situation. And, listen, this is saying that the blocks are being removed. So this relationship is progressing. And I think it's progressing in a lovely way. It's just felt a little uncomfortable at times. Maybe there's been some, a little insecurity here and there that's kind of, put some blocks up. But it's, you're going to get through it, Capricorn. It's going to be okay. The Ganesh of the tarot is here for you and is going to carve a path for you. It's going to be healthy. It's going to be a good thing. Allow it to unfold. Don't force matters, because Pluto and that Scorpionic energy and Plutonian energy is coming in that makes you want to kind of control things and push things and in your way. And what that will do is it'll have the opposite effect that you want. So you don't want to resist the urge to manipulate, resist the urge to control situations or people. allow them to be who they want to be. And look, it's interesting because you've got the Three of Cups, which is celebratory. It's like looking for the magic in every moment. And right next to it, right, is the Five of Cups, which is, crying over spilt milk. So you've got the celebration. This is the cup half full, and this is the cup half empty. Everything in moderation. You need to kind of look at what you have. Focus on the haves as opposed to the have-nots, because this person is just crying over the 3 cups that have spilt. Guess what? Those cups have gone. Mourn them and get on. Move on. Because you've got 2 full cups right there behind you. You've got that. Be grateful for that. Celebrate that. Celebrate what you have. This is about, it's about looking for the magic in the situation. It's about, having fun. It's about living in joy, choosing joy, choosing, letting your inner child come out to play and let that inner child feel that joy. Don't be focused here on what's gone. You can't get it back. It's gone. It's nothing nothing will help that. Now, clarifying those 2 cards are 2 more cards. First of all, you have the service card, which is the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is about you being in service to someone, for someone or something. It's like, you don't have to give money, but you can listen to somebody who's in some emotional pain. You can make yourself available. You can help someone move. Whatever it is, you can help someone monetarily too. But this is about balance, and it's definitely about thinking of others first. And I think it will take your mind off the intensity of what's not kind of worked out exactly how you planned or thought it would, right? And you have the Ace of Cups. My cup floweth over. This is the gift of love. It's also the gift of intuition. I always feel that this is like abundance. I feel that you are coming into a time of abundance. And this is important to share this. Now, you might be feeling abundantly loved, and then share that, pay it forward, show love to somebody else. And it might be, abundance monetarily, and then share that, pay it forward. It's important to be generous at this time, not to the point where you're taken advantage of, but, just be in service. Look, it could be like, somebody's been depressed, clean their apartment or something, or go out and bring them a cup of coffee or something. Let them feel loved. Let them feel that you care. It's about showing up for others. And if you're in need, others will show up for you. This is what this is saying. Capricorn, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Listen, guys, I'm nearly at 10K. Let's get that over the cliff. Let's go there. And comment. That helps me get seen, and it helps more people see the video. And I always answer every comment, and I welcome feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.